Welcome again to another episode of Sneaks, Frowns, and Life. I am your host, Lonnie McDonald. So this one has been brewing for a minute. Complex Magazine late last year came out with a list. And I love a good list. This one was interesting. This one was a little tricky, but this one was the best rapper by year. I was like, wow, that's a daunting task when I started to think about it. So it could easily, go through and try to debunk their entire list and like go year by year. But I'm going to just give you my list. I thought about it. I've gone through it. I can give you the album the person put out. So we're just going to do a run. And it doesn't align with what everyone thinks is the best thing, whatever the best album that I personally think it came out. I think it's really the impact in combination with the album and where we were as a climate is going to be where we align. So again, this podcast, along with all of them, we are live in Studio 185. This is Henry's Camera, downtown Toronto, just off Shooter and Church Street, in the center of the university in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So let's get it cracking. Complex came out with the list. Sneaks Finds Life, we have the response. Let's get it. So we're going to start with 1985. Most of you were not alive. Some of my listeners were because we're OGs, but there's no way we can give it to anybody else. Let's say this. We'll back up. We're going to go 1984, and we're just going to say it's a tie between Run and DMC. Run DMC has to be the best artist or the best rapper of that particular year. Honorable mention, I would give it to Kumo D, but Run slash DMC gets 85. It gets 84. 85 is now where I start my list. I feel like without Run DMC being on the list, it's a kind of a fraudulent list. So has to be debut album, radio, game changer, the birth on the mic of the most important rapper of all time, LL Cool J. I don't think there's a debate. I think we had some great artists that came out that year, including, Run DMC was still having a run. But we have to go with LL. 86, we got The Bridge Is Over. So it's got to be KRS-One. BDP literally took over the game with South Bronx and The Bridge Is Over on their amazing album, debut album that they put out. We have to give it to the creators of Criminal Minded, arguably 10 best rap albums we've ever heard. So we got to go there. KRS-One. 87, the God MC Rakim. We got Paid in Full, My Melody, amongst others. Paid in Full was the album with Eric B. and Rakim. Definitely the gold standard. 88, we got Big Daddy Kane. This is where we got Long Live the Kane, The Wrath. So many amazing tracks. Ain't No Half Steppin' is the most memorable song on that album, but Kane, along with Rakim, started to change how people started to rap. Easily could give honorable mention to a slew of rappers, including KRS-One, definitely Cool G Rap. Um, Geez, you definitely could even say that Chuck D has a stake in the game, but we're going to give it to Kane in 88. Set it straight. Ain't no half step. 89. This is where probably in many people's eyes I went off the rails here. Uh, DOC created No One That Does It Better. Now he's from Texas. Lost his voice in a terrible car accident. He was down with NWA and everything that they were doing. But this album is an absolute masterpiece. Grand finale is one of the best posse cuts ever done. He does it with NWA. So locked in DOC for 89. 90, have to go with America's Most Wanted creator, Ice Cube, after his separation from NWA. 91, I wanted to give it to Tretch from Naughty by Nature. He will get obviously the honorable mention here, but I will go with Scarface. Scarface branches out on his own at the same time, also with his work with Ghetto Boys. He's there. Tretch, I give him 92 for 90 because it's the beginning of he's still riding the high of OPP and many of the first tracks on his the debut album of Naughty by Nature's project. But then we start to touch 1993 and ultimately their biggest song, which is Hip Hop Hooray. No year was impacted more than what we saw. And again, going back to 92 for a second, you could easily have given it to Dre for the Chronic. I'm not going to because I'm going to give it to another West Coast artist in 93. That would be Snoop Dogg. Doggy Style, the most impactful album of the year. Now, people, and I'm a huge Wu-Tang fan, and I'm a huge De La fan, and I'm a huge Tribe fan. You could see either any of those artists could have been here. You could have given it to Meth. You could have given it to Q-Tip. You could give it to Fife. You could give it to Trugoy. No, we're giving it to Snoop here. 94, Big, I love you, rest in peace. We're going with Nas. Nas has the best album we've ever heard in Illmatic. 95, an amazing year. Dog Pound, Far Side, and we're going to have to get into 95. It's 30 years of 95, but we have to go with a tie here. No two MCs did it better because we got only built for Cuban links. So Ghost and Ray, easily you could say we're going to say it's Ray. And then we also got Mobb Deep's second album, the sophomore joint, the infamous. So we have to give it to Prodigy, no question. So I'm giving it a tie to both of those guys. 96, All Eyes on Me. Come on now. Like, and I'm not the biggest Tupac fan, but like Tupac absolutely killed the game with that album. So it's gotta be Pac. 97, we're going with BIG. BIG needs his flowers since he didn't get it when Nas won for 94. Life After Death. It's unfortunate that Big just didn't get a chance to really have a run with this album. But like the flow of emotions that we had after Big passed in spring of 97, you got to give it to him. No rapper had a better year than 1998 and DMX. Two platinum albums for Is Dark and Hell is Hot and Flesh or Flesh of My Flesh. Incredible projects, standout cuts. You got to give it to DMX. Here again, people will say that I'm crazy. I should be giving it to Eminem. I should be giving it to somebody else in 99. I almost gave it to Pharoah Monch. And I think Pharoah easily could deserve it for his debut album after breaking up with Prince Paul from Organized Confusion. He did Internal Affairs. We're going to Mos Def for his project, Black on Both Sides. It is incredible. The collection of work, it is stand up. Oh, I listen to Brooklyn all the time and Miss Fat Booty, and just the list goes on and on. Like there's no skips on this album. And Mathematics, geez, man, like album is so fire. Mos Def Locked 99, 2000. Let's not play around. Marshall Mathers Project, Eminem. Eminem may not like him, may not like how he flows. I can't listen to him all the time. Eminem killed the year, and yeah, deserves that year. This is the controversial one. I am not a huge Jay-Z fan. I really I can't say that he didn't want him to be on the list, but I can't say that he outshone Nas. Nas beat him with Ether. But I would give between Jay-Z's Blueprint and Unplugged plus the Dynasty, I just have to say you give it to Nas so you give it to Jay-Z. And I see it subliminally, I even said it, but you got to give it to Jay-Z in 2001. If you still remember, the Blueprint came out the day the towers came down, all the terrorist attack happened in the United States. It is crazy that is the day that album comes out, and I'll always remember because I couldn't buy it because everything closed at 11 o'clock. I was still working at Foot Locker at the time. They just opened the store. Third day, I was running Toronto Eaton Center. And then we just heard all of these things happening in New York. And I knew Hove was coming out. And at the same time, there just wasn't a way to go and get the album. I had to wait like it was like 2 days later when it was safe to go back to work because they were worried that downtown Toronto was going to get bombed or planes flown into it. So let's move on to a better topic in a better area. But yeah, Jay-Z 2001. I really wanted to give it to Nas for 2002. Godson was in a great album, but I think I'm going back to Eminem for I want to say that that one was the not the Marshall Mathers LP, the Slim Shady LP. So M continued to put out amazing work, lyricism, dialogue. Think about Stan and some of the other joints. M gets 2002. 50 ran the game. No, it was not Jay-Z. Yes, they were on tour. He was the headline. 50 changed the game in 2003. The '03 joint, we were wearing tall tees. We were wearing double X jerseys. That was the minimum. We were in baggy jeans. We were wearing Air Force. We were wearing S. Carters and at G-Unit sneakers at that point. We were wearing tight tank tops. We were lifting weights. 50 changed how we thought about things and became one of the great entrepreneurs of our time in that year. But Get Rich or Die Trying has been turned into a movie, biopic. It is one of the timeless modern day classics that we have. People are still bumping it. 50 was on tour in 2023 as part of the 50 years of hip hop and smashed it, smashed it. '04, gotta give it to my boy Ye. College Dropout is an all-time classic, modern day classic. Slice it how you want. You got to give him his props. No one wants to give this guy his props, but hey, the best album in '05 was dropped by the game. The documentary was incredible. He had 50 on it. He had Nas on it. The album just sounds so amazing. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it today. Um, but yeah, '06, he didn't sound like everyone else. He was something different out of the south side of Chicago, even though we were on our yay run right now. But Lupe Fiasco's Food and Liquor was absolutely incredible. Best artist and rapper of the year. Now, hey, no, I don't got Lil Wayne in there. Lil Wayne takes over in '08. Carter 3 was the apex of his work. Carter 2 was good, like the Carter 1. Nothing was like the Carter 3. And he gets '08. And I easily could have given it um, to Kanye again. Kanye got '07. I think I may have skipped it. Kanye got '07 because that was late registration. Could have got for graduation in '08, but we're going Carter 3. Uh, don't really love this year, honestly. Blueprint 3, people want to talk about that. It was great. It was terrible, in my opinion. We're going to go Drake, So Far Gone. That was his debut joint mixtape. Call it what the hell you want. But this is where I think there was a drop off in hip hop for a year. Then we got 2010, Dark Twisted Fantasy. Kanye saves the game again, and that drops. And then another amazing album. Kanye still running the game. This time teams up with Jay-Z. So it was a winner in 2011. Jay-Z and Ye with the Watch the Throne. This album is still being played in heavy rotations. I think it's still on the Billboard Top 100. And then, hey, then we got then we look at 2012. Do you go? You got a little Good Kid, Mad City at the end of the year. We're still running off Section 80. Could you give it to Kendrick Lamar? Many people will say Take Care. Let's just go with the draw again. If I was side anyone, I'd probably go Drizzy here. Take Care was just, it had more of the year. But then we go Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City, locked in. in 2013. J. Cole with Forest Hill in 2014. Uh, don't sleep on my man Freddie Gibbs. Freddie Gibbs destroyed the game in 2015 with Pinata. Maybe his best product. I personally prefer Bandana. Pinata is incredible. And this is one of these MCs that just don't miss on a record. So now we're at 2016. You could say Chance the Rapper here, but Tribe Called Quest in late 2016 dropped Thank You for a Service. We got it from here. Q-Tip, the mastermind behind this project and putting this album after Fight Dog had died, and his lyricism, thought process. I'm giving him Rapper of the Year for 2016. 2017, Jay-Z gets it for 444. 2018, I got Daytona was the album. Pusha T destroyed the game like you would not believe. I still remember going to the show at Danforth Music Hall, and he absolutely put on a show for the ages in that year. And he did all the diss tracks. He got after it, and salute the push on that one. 2019, this is the Griselda era. You could have given it to any one of them. We're going Benny the Butcher here. I could have given Benny the Butcher here again in 2020 during the beginning of the pandemic. We're going Black Thought needs his flowers. We were getting streams of thought one, two, three. Three is absolutely incredible. So is two, but I love one. So definitely, and this I think 2020 is when we got the Hot 97 freestyle, the one that changed what all freestyles will be measured against. So that's that. And then maybe the most consistent artist that we have in the game outside Benji the Butcher is Mock Homie. He is putting out record after record after record. I think this is 2021 with Bo Jackson. He did Super Tecmo Bowl. Like he puts out like 2, 3 albums every year of high quality production and lyricism. Mac Homie, like doing, I think MC Serge says like put the last 10 albums of any artist, and I would say Mac Homie is better. So he's from Detroit, doing it big right now. Absolutely amazing. And then hey, 2022, and I say, hey, Nas won the Grammy for Nas won the Grammy for King's Disease, but that was not the best record that he put out. But I think the energy between Magic, the Magic series, and the King's Disease series, 2022 definitely belongs to Nas. Because that year we got my favorite of the series, and we got KD3, King's Disease 3, absolutely incredible. Fun is one of the best songs Nas has ever made, and he made this on like album 18. So salute to the big homie, Nasty Nasir area, Nasir Jones for 2022. Then 2023, we got Killer Mike, obviously won the Grammy, very impactful album, mad salute. And then 2024, there's no playing. I just did the episode on the Grammys. 5 Grammys he got, could easily won Rap Album of the Year. GNX got all the run, but Doechii got him. And hey, Doechii easily honorable mention. I give some flowers to Drake and some of the things that he did. He didn't really put out an album, but he definitely was a really good rapper. There were a lot of other good rappers. Mac Homie you could talk about, Benny the Butcher you could talk about. But I would Doechii, I definitely said like she probably would be my honorable mention here, but I'm going Kendrick. Just the quality of work that he put out, and forget about Not Like Us. I'm still telling you, the best song that ever came out in 2024 was Euphoria. Euphoria was absolute bananas, and Kendrick deserves all the flowers. So, who's it going to be? If I'm going to bet this person's going to come out with another album this year after the Super Bowl, we will get the concert. We will definitely get. I think it's 3 people in my eyes that it could be. After the Super Bowl, Kendrick is going on tour for limited tour with SZA. There's going to be another album that comes out at the end of this year. Kendrick is in the studio putting in work. It's going to happen for us. That's one. Doechii will try and follow up her sophomore album, which was an absolute smash, one album of the year for the rap category. She would be two. And then we all still have this glimmer of hope that Nas and DJ Premier, now that Nas is done touring, now that Primo's done a couple other projects, yeah, we got, we got that track, Define My Name last year. Same time when Common and Preet Rock were putting it together and putting out their album, or at least their first single. We never got anything else from those guys. We're holding hope that if Nas and Primo get in the booth, they create an album and Nas will be the artist of the year. I don't think Hove comes out with another album. Don't think Lil Wayne comes out with another album. Don't think Kanye is coming out with another album, or it won't be to the standard that we have. I think it's got to be one of those three for our postmodern or rap contemporary Nas. But I easily could see it being Doechii, or I could easily see it being Kendrick. So that is best rapper by year. Take it in, put in the comments. What do you think? Where did I miss? Where did I nail it? Love to hear your feedback on this. Let's run it. Sneaks Rhymes in Life. Best rapper by year since '84. Let's get it. We out.